Hi, my name's Lewis. I'm one of the sales guys here at Johnson's Mazda in Solihull. Today I'll be showing you a couple of features of the new MX-30 REV, which is the newest Mazda in our lineup, which came out about a week ago, and we've just got our demonstrator here, so I'm going to go through a couple of things with you today. So now you join me inside the MX-30 REV, so you're probably wondering what's different. Well, the good thing is not much. So when you're used to the MX-30, you notice that it's a very environmental friendly vehicle. So everything up here and sort of around the vehicle is eco-friendly, so everything's sort of recycled material. So up here you've got recycled water bottles, all your seats are leatherette, joined with the cloth, so you're not going to have anything that's sort of endangering the environment, which is good. Another thing that a lot of people notice is the cork. So around the vehicle you have got cork on your center console and around your floating console, so a lot of people wonder why. So Mazda initially started as a cork manufacturing company over 100 years ago, so they just wanted to retain a little bit of heritage in the vehicle, and what a way to do it on their first sort of electric car, which has crossed over into the REV. So what's different on this compared to a normal Mazda? So all of your climate control, heated seats, heated steering wheel, should the vehicle you buy have that, you are sort of looking at this area now. So you have a separate console for that kind of stuff. This screen is touchscreen, but you have got the standard buttons, which a lot of people like, and not a lot of people do like the touchscreen, but you have got the best of both worlds with Mazda, which makes it a lot easier to sort of know where things are. Instead of having to press a button, you have got that normal switch there. So for example, over here you've got all your fan speeds with these buttons here, but you've also got the touchscreen as well, which gives you that nice noise to know you've changed it, unlike getting that feel from the button. You have got, on this one, it's the top of the range, so it's the Makoto line, so you've got heated seats for the driver and passenger, and then again you've got the heated steering wheel, which is an excellent thing in the UK because it's never that warm here. So you have got the heated steering wheel for the mornings, which does this section to the bottom here, so that middle part when you're at 10 at 2 will be extremely warm. And with it being an electric car, these seats heat up extremely quick, and I can tell you from personal experience it's really nice in the winter when these seats are heating up. In terms of anything else that's really different, your gear stick is very similar to one that you'd find in the CX-60. So it's sort of over to the left and down instead of it being the traditional pull down on most automatics. But other than that, it's just a normal vehicle, so there's not too much to worry about there. On the top part of your dashboard here, it's what most people are used to with Mazda. So you've got this lovely screen here, which will control pretty much all of the infotainment. So Bluetooth, Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, and your sat nav as well. So everything will be sort of on this screen here that's necessary to you, and it is all controlled by this command center wheel down here. Really easy to use, and you have got sort of shortcuts here in the center. So for example, when you're on this dial, you have got sat nav, entertainment, the home, and then back. So if you go to home, it will bring you to your normal Mazda screen, which again will list all of the features that this screen can do. So entertainment, communication, navigation, and settings. Also on this screen in the REV, you can look at what you're doing in terms of fuel consumption, which in this vehicle is quite interesting to see because you have got that mix between battery and generator. So it's always good to know what you're doing on each drive to see how you can improve and also improve your MPG. So it's a really good feature to have that at just one sort of click away. So you can see everything in there in terms of your efficiency, and it also does tell you when you're using your rotary generator, when you're using the battery, and when it's charging. So it's always good to see when that works so you can get a deeper understanding of the vehicle. And just like the normal MX-30, we've still got the similar doors. So you open the front door first and then you open the rear door. Don't worry too much about the room. You can move the driver's seat on the back here, which makes it a lot more accessible to get in the back of the vehicle. And it does seat 3 people, and that can be 3 adults as well. So your front driver's seat is electric, and it has got lumbar support function as well, and you have also got memory function on the seats, which we like to call his and hers. So if there's 2 drivers in the vehicle, you can always set one as the main driver, and if there's going to be a second driver, they can get in and press number 2, and then you don't have that constant argument of who moved the seat. Okay, so the MX-30 is a compact SUV. So essentially what that means is it's not quite your full-size CX-5, but it's also not a Mazda 2, for example. So you've still got that best of both worlds with you getting the elevated drive, and you've still got some size in terms of boot space and cabin space, but it's not absolutely ginormous to the point where the car feels too big. So in terms of boot space, you have got a lot of room here. So there's a lot of things that you can put in the vehicle, but the best part is you have got the 60-40 split on the seats. So when you drop these down, it's about a 90% decline. So in terms of space, if you aren't using a lot of back room in terms of rear passengers, you can get a lot in for them longer trips if you're going down south, up north on a sort of family holiday. So there is a lot of room there to be had in the MX-30. In terms of the MX-30 REV, it's just like the MX-30 in terms of what cables you are given. So you do get your 7 kilowatts, so this is useful for your wall boxes. So if you are planning to get one fit at home, this is the best cable to be using. But the great news is, if you are waiting for that pod point to be installed, you have got your 3-pin plug as well. So that cable is very useful. For example, if you're staying at a friend's house and they don't have a wall box yet, or you can't stop anywhere, as soon as you get there, ask nicely if you could plug it into the 3-pin and you can charge the car that way. A lot of people are wondering how the MX-30 REV differs to the EV. So there is one big difference, and that is that this vehicle has a rotary generator, which you would put fuel in to essentially assist the vehicle. So the vehicle has a 17 kilowatt battery instead of the 35 kilowatt in the normal MX-30, and essentially how that works is the vehicle will use up to 53 miles of electric initially, and as soon as that battery runs down, the rotary generator will turn on and will assist the batteries by charging them. So essentially, as it charges up the batteries in total with your fuel, it will give you up to 400 miles of range. It doesn't make the vehicle a petrol car in that sense, because the petrol generator doesn't actually power the wheels. It is all powered by the batteries. So you've got to look at it as the best of both worlds. As soon as that battery runs out, the generator will kick in and it will charge them batteries back up. So you won't necessarily be running on petrol, but you will be using both. So look at it as a hybrid, a plug-in hybrid. But it's the first of its kind, and it's extremely good on fuel. We've seen 281 mpg on one of our first runs in the vehicle, and in terms of how it drives the exact same as an MX-30 would. One gear, extremely smooth and very quiet. When that generator does kick in, you don't notice a lot of noise. It feels like you're just driving an electric car, but it is the best of both worlds. If you are a bit worried about making that full switch to electric, you have got the best of both worlds in the REV. But all I can say is come down to Mazda in Solihull and have a try of it yourself, and you'll see exactly what I'm talking about and you won't be disappointed.